Hello everybody, Dokkan Assets here. Today we are back with another Dragon Ball figure unboxing, and today I am so excited because we are going to be taking a look at the Dragon Ball Legends collab YARDRAT Goku. As you can see here, we finally have a figure of Goku in the YARDRAT outfit via the Dragon Ball Legends collab line. This line has brought us some pretty great figures so far, I would say. Here is the collab art. Well, I mean, this is just like the card art in the game. It's a free-to-play card, by the way, too, which is pretty cool because sometimes they do free-to-play cards and sometimes they do summonable cards. But it's nice to see that this card is getting some love. And not just because this art is really cool, and obviously this is an awesome scene in the anime. I don't think we've ever had a prize figure of YARDRAT Goku, and this outfit for Goku is so iconic and so many people really love it. Obviously getting a figure of it is super exciting. So let's go ahead and crack into it. I can tell you as well, right off the bat, this figure looks great. I don't even have to open the box to tell you that, because I have seen the production images and the images of this guy out of the box. I was really hoping that this guy wouldn't turn out stinky. Y'all know how Bandai's track record has been as of late when it comes to some of these figures, right? Especially with the recent Legends Vegito. That man got treated like complete garbage. But thankfully, this guy made it out through the Bandai ringer, and we actually got a super great figure. I would 100% recommend this guy already off the bat without opening it up, and that's some pretty high praise for me. Also, that is kind of interesting that the bottom line box is ripped. That's interesting. I did get this guy for 20 bucks, by the way. I believe it was from Tokyo Taku Mode as per usual. This guy is also sealed. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Oh, he's poking through a little bit. That probably is where the box ripped right there. I don't think I've ever seen this like it's just, you can't open it without cutting it. Usually the tape is only to hold a certain part of the box, but of course we don't want to cut open the whole figure there. Oh, I have actually been looking forward to this guy for... That's gold? Oh my gosh. Alright, let's get this guy out of the box, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. This line has brought us some absolute bangers, and this line has brought us some trash. But thankfully, ooh, my man looks really good, if I do say so myself. Let's go ahead and take the stand out here. This time we have a white stand, cream colored stand. I guess this is like the same color as the top of his outfit, I think is what they're going for with this. That looks about correct to me. Little, ooh, and it's very like squared off, I guess. Not very like rounded. I don't think I've seen a stand that's like kind of pointy like this before. It almost looks like a nut or something like that. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and get him fully built before we actually take a look at the figure. Obviously, since this is just a bottom half and a top half, it's not as much like that we have to really look at in detail, but I will say, wow, this is actually very impressive. I love these shading. These darker tones that you see on the pants are not actually, you know, the light playing tricks on you. That is actually painted on the figure, and the pants also look really good. I love the baggy look of this. There is a little bit of a nick on the back of my figure. Thankfully, it is on the back. But I love this gold paint that they use. I'm really surprised that they use this on the inside here, but it makes this trim really sharp, if I do say so myself. Looks like there's also a little bit of a paint splatter there, but not too bad. I have had worse Bandai figures in my day for sure. Let's go ahead and slap, which, let's see, it should be this side. It looks like, I don't know, I think Bandai really prefers like the left foot for some reason, because every time I've opened a figure from them, it seems like they prefer putting it like that. Ooh, that's actually a really solid stand. Okay, and let's take a look at Goku. So, I can tell you that I do think that the original production images for his face looked just a hair better than what we got for the final version of the figure here. If I remember correctly, unless I'm mixing it up in my brain, I guess post-editing Theo will tell you that much, but this final face sculpt is really good. I really, really like this. Obviously, he's got kind of a cocked eye at Trunks. This is, of course, when he catches Trunks' sword. I love the little nick details. Those aren't actually scratches. Those are supposed to be in there. That's a scratch, but those are supposed to be there. Overall, this looks really, really good. I love the way that they sculpted the scarf. His hair sculpt looks really good. I love the way that this is a little bit more shiny. Again, the gold paint looks really, really sharp. I could definitely see them screwing up the gold paint on this sculpt, but I'm glad that they did it because it looks great. And obviously the end of his finger is a little bit lighter because, of course, in this scene he has ki going to his finger, right? Looks amazing, if I do say so myself. Let's go ahead. Before I pop this on here, let me actually put my camera up a little bit so you can see the connection. And, ooh, okay, so that is something great to know. There is actually a little bit of an edge. It's kind of hard to tell. Let me pull it off again. It has an edge right there so that when you connect it to the figure, right, let's just put it down and push. It should, in theory, it's not actually doing it. Maybe that's as far as it goes. Well, ooh, that gapping is pretty bad. Let me see. Hold on. All right, so it definitely took a little bit of muscle to attempt to get this guy in here perfectly, but we did actually get that connection a little bit better than it was before, for sure. That is pretty flush. There is a little bit of an edge of the connection right there, but it kind of gives off the optical illusion like it's just part of the sculpt, if I do say so myself. And all put together, this guy looks really, really, really cool. I love the way that the final product of this turned out. Obviously a great combination of drip my man's got going on here. This looks so cool. Let's go ahead and do some size comparisons for this guy. Of course, as always, we have to bring in our Ichiban Kuji Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, as well as our WCF Goku. Now, Goku is so tall, I actually raised the tripod a little bit, so you can see that he actually towers over these guys. There's a little bit of a bottom shot there, going up a little bit. He is a pretty tall boy, if I do say so myself. Popping out our ruler here, of course, the most scuffed ruler in all the land, because I don't have anything else. He stands at just about 10 inches, is definitely a good measurement there, from the top of, the stand did a good job catching him there. He leans forward a little bit, but it's definitely not too bad. Regardless, though, looking at that right there, let me actually get that in the shot. I'm sorry, I was trying to make sure that he didn't fall. That is just about 10 inches right there. I know it's hard to see with this angle, so I'm looking at it from a little bit of a down angle, but there you go. That's like more straight on. He's like basically 10 inches, maybe a little bit taller, maybe a little bit shorter. Really good size, though, I will say. The Dragon Ball Legends figures have tended to be a little bit bigger, which is pretty cool because obviously they tend to scale better with some other figures. I feel like when they're in like this scale, obviously this isn't like any proper scale, but man, I love the way that the lighting reflects off of this too. Oh my gosh, because this is like my ring light reflecting here, but they use like a specific material to make it look that way. Oh, that is so cool. All right, let's get into the comparisons here, ladies and gentlemen. Whew! Oh, mama. That is... Oh, he looks so good, bro. All right, so I had to grab the current Dragon Ball Legends figures, of course. We have the red Super Saiyan Goku. This was, of course, the first Dragon Ball Legends figure, rather. And these guys look really, really slick together, if I do say so myself. I think these guys are both a solid representation of Goku, even though I definitely prefer the YARDRAT one. They both look really, really cool. Obviously, Goku is battle damage and all that, and, you know, it was their first figure in the line, so, you know, whatever. And it still holds up to this day. It's definitely better than Vegeta, but, man, these guys look really, really cool together. It's interesting to see as well the difference in the hair. Like, on this Kamehameha Goku, right, it's a lot more of like a darker hair. There's also some gapping there on my copy, which is really unfortunate. And it's like very light, I guess, which kind of matches like the manga more, maybe? But it's interesting, too, that here, it's a little bit more shaded, where there's like some darker tones towards the bottom. That's not just my light here. It's a little bit shaded here, and then it kind of goes to a little bit lighter as it goes up. Also very interesting that it's more like creased on this figure, and that figure it's a lot more like a couple of solid pieces. Whoa, okay. Glad I caught that, bro, and glad I caught that on camera. Stand is definitely not something to be trusted with this guy. One thing that I do have actually, funny enough, for the next figure that we are going to be taking a look at is the Legends Collab Super Saiyan Gogeta. Now this guy, funny enough, wow, he actually really towers over Goku. This guy has some standing issues as well. It is a little bit harder to get him to stand up because he's kind of wobbly, and with his stand, right, he has a lot of great connection on his foot, but not on his other foot. So I usually tend to stick a penny to try and get this wobbliness to kind of subside, I guess that would be the right word, under his stand, and it tends to make it a little bit more stable. So I might actually do that with this guy. But these guys, I will say, scale really, really good together. Even though Gogeta is definitely taller, that is A, because he's in a little bit more of a super stretched out pose, and B, of course, he's got his hand in the air. These guys look really, really cool together, if I do say so myself. Man, could you imagine Gogeta in a YARDRAT outfit? That would be kind of ridiculous. Very, very good stuff here, though, from the Dragon Ball Legends line. Again, I gotta say, I think Goku takes the cake. He's just so good, bro. I feel like a gremlin right now, bro, because this is like just the pot of gold. And unfortunately, I do not have a Trunks that pairs absolutely perfectly with this guy in terms of one where he could have the sword like clanking against Goku's figure, but I do have the very, very, very next best thing, that being the WCF Super Saiyan Trunks. This figure sculpted by the absolute GOAT of Dragon Ball figure sculpting, Varroque. This guy's work is legendary in the Dragon Ball figure collecting community. He actually follows me on Twitter. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, bro. A very, very fantastic figure with Trunks. Obviously, this is from when he's winding up to cut down Mecha Frieza when him and King Cold arrive on Earth. But of course, because Goku is obviously literally from just a couple of scenes after that happens, this Trunks fits pretty well. Of course, this WCF figure, or wait, what? WF, wait, no. World Collectible Figure, World Figure Coliseum, WFC, I'm sorry, I'm mixing up my terms, bro. It's a lot smaller than the Legends Goku here. Of course, you know, these figures aren't really scaled enough from the same line, so on and so forth. But I still think they look really, really cool together, and you could definitely get some really, really cool poses out of this and this guy. Really awesome stuff here, if I do say so myself. And I will say, even though Trunks is obviously a lot more detailed, because of course the WFC figures are always a little bit more detailed, I still think that they look pretty good together. It's kind of funny seeing the difference in the shining hair versus the sort of matte finish on Goku. But that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't think I could recommend you a figure more than I could in this video. Not only is this an outfit that we probably will literally never get a figure of it again. Not only if you play Legends you'll enjoy this, because this is obviously from Dragon Ball Legends. Not only if you like Goku you'll enjoy this figure, because not only is it a really, really great sculpted Goku figure, we also don't get Goku in serious expressions like, I guess we do a lot of the time, but like, usually it's like mouth open screaming, and this is a nice like kind of neutral face, if I do say so myself. If you'd like to pick him up, of course, I have some links in the description where you can do so. If you do pick him up from my Amazon affiliate link, I get a little bit of an extra cut with no extra cost to you, so I would really appreciate you buying him from there, as long as he's not overpriced, because if he's ridiculous price, then don't get him from there. But with that, if you'd like to support my figure endeavors in terms of collecting, you can do so on the old Patreon. Get a little bit of bonus previews of figures and stuff like that that is coming up on the channel. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Do yourself a favor and pick this guy up. He is only 20 bucks, and this is what I'm talking about, bro. We get ridiculous, disgusting Ichiban Kuji figures for like $35, $40, $50, and this beauty is only 20. Could I make this any more clear? I'll see you guys in the next one. Dokkan Assets out. Peace.